Now at 6, how a change in the tax on recreational marijuana could affect your pockets. Plus, how the potential impact of a cut in state funding for Missouri public libraries, what it would mean. And the city of Joplin gets a new force in the community, but it's not the police.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
If you buy recreational marijuana in Joplin, you should expect to pay a sales tax of more than 20%. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Yana Hautala talked with Joplin and Jasper County officials about the tax on recreational marijuana and how that money will be used.
Joplin residents voted on April 4th and approved a 3% sales tax for recreational marijuana purchases. City officials say this will go to the general fund pool, offsetting a loss of revenue.
There was a sales tax exemption created by the state to exempt sales taxes on the certain sale of manufacturing equipment. And so this new revenue that's available through recreational marijuana will help offset that new exemption.
In addition to the city tax, Jasper County will also collect a 3% sales tax on the sales. The state tax rate is another 6%, and the general sales tax rate is nearly 9%. Altogether, the sales tax on recreational marijuana in Joplin will be just short of 21%. Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis says the money coming to the county goes to general revenue.
There is the discussion about there's going to take a little bit more effort for our sheriff's department to be able to manage some of the things that are going to potentially happen because of this. So this is actually going to be a money generator. Is going to raise a little bit of tax revenue, so that way we can help the public in any way we can.
He says the tax money can be substantial for both the county and the city of Joplin.
Jasper County citizens, they voted 74.18% in favor of this. I don't think I've ever seen that high of a percentage vote in favor of anything since I've been county clerk on the history of Missouri.
In Jasper County, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
The city and county taxes will take effect on October 1st. Jasper County officials say the tax on medical marijuana will not increase. Pittsburgh residents have less than an hour remaining now to cast their ballots on a public safety sales tax. The 0.05% tax originally went into effect in 2014 and is used by the police department to fund new staffing, technology, and equipment. If approved, it would maintain that rate for the next 10 years. It's the only item on the ballot, and election officials say turnout has been low. We're going to have the results for you tonight on KOAM News at 9 and 10. The Missouri House of Representatives voted last month to strip state funding from public libraries. The action comes after the Missouri Association of School Librarians and Missouri Library Association asked a circuit court to overturn a law passed last year that would ban certain library materials. The funding cut would result in a $4.5 million loss statewide for public libraries.
Not a pleasant decision, not something any of us really liked. I don't like being in this position. On the other hand, I completely agree that the decision that's been made in this lawsuit is irresponsible. And there's a level of accountability. I mean, you don't just wrap yourself in the cloak of righteousness called library and feel free to do whatever you want.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear from Joplin's public library director on the challenges they might face if funding is lost. Boy, another beautiful day out there. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hitty.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a fantastic Tuesday for us today. Temperature is great, mid to upper 70s, pushing 80. For afternoon highs. We've had some cumulus clouds kind of skirting through, but in general, it looks pretty good. The entire Central Plains, not a whole bunch is going on until our next storm system moves in a little bit later on in the work week. 74 in Stockton, 75 in Grove, Parsons at 76 degrees. It looks good. Here's 7th and Rangeline, pretty much mostly sunny skies, sitting at 75, southerly winds at about 5 to 10. Through the evening, we slip back through the 60s, 50s. But we only bottom out into the lower 50s a little bit later on tonight. So it's going to be a really nice night. If we look down the road, fantastic temperatures, tracking a system for Friday, possible severe threat, and then we cool down for the weekend. I'm going to have those details for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. Joplin has a new frontline force in its community. They might not be law enforcement exactly, but Joplin's park rangers are there to serve and protect the parks and the park visitors. This team of park rangers will become a visible element in Joplin's parks to help ensure the city's parks are safe, clean, and enjoyable. KOAM Shagun Bamadeli met with the new park rangers and has more.
Joplin's new park rangers will serve as ambassadors for the city of Joplin, helping promote tourism and economic development. That's on top of working to keep the park safe and secure.
Citizens kind of felt unsafe in our parks, especially in the evening and whatnot. And then again, when we did our parks master plan, we did several community meetings, a survey, and that same concern was raised at that time as well.
Paul Bloomberg, the Joplin Parks and Recs director, says the park ranger presence brings the sought-after security feeling.
We want them to, what they do is patrol the parks, interact with the people, the kids, let the people know that there's a presence in the parks. A lot of our park users feel pretty safe in our parks when during the day. You know, when we have park workers out in the public mowing, trimming, there's always someone in the parks that's with the city.
One of the new park rangers says this may become his career.
I started out in armed security, working at colleges, hospitals, things like that. So when I saw this position came available, I was very happy that they considered me. And I definitely plan to make it a career, so I'm hoping that it sticks around for a very long time.
Ethan Yates says the job gives him an opportunity to interact with people and help others.
A lot of times when we go to the bigger parks, if we see the homeless laying down or sleeping, we'll go and speak with them just to make sure they're okay. Because a lot of times people will call that into the police without ever speaking to them, and that ties the police up a little bit. Whereas you can just ask them, hey, are you doing okay? You know, oh yeah, I was just sleeping, and move on from there.
Park rangers do not replace any existing staff. In fact, they work alongside existing staff members to provide park services such as educating visitors about the rules and regulations of the park system. Coming up, a clock in Parsons, Kansas gets dedicated to two longtime community members. Plus, it's time to tie the shoelaces for some athletes in Southwest Missouri. We'll visit a special track meet. Missouri Southern is raising money to make sure students have plenty to eat. The Lion Co-op hosted an Empty Bowls fundraiser. People were able to buy a bowl with some soup, bread, and dessert, all for a good cause. Money raised from the event goes to the Groceries to Graduate program. It's a scholarship that allows eligible students to receive $50 a month to be used at the Webb City Farmers Market. The project is also a skill-building exercise for Missouri Southern art students.
We've been making bowls, which is a multiple day process. We throw the bowl, then we turn the bottom, and then students learn how to glaze. So there's an opportunity for our students to learn not only how to become more skillful with what they're doing, but also how to engage with the community and give back to the community. The bowl and meal cost $20. A clock in downtown Parsons, Kansas is officially dedicated. The downtown clock was installed in December, and today it was dedicated in honor of William Pete and Mary Hughes. The couple were honored for their volunteerism in the city, ranging from Operation Bright Touch to Katie Days, also helping put up Christmas lights. Community donors paid for the clock and its installation at no cost to taxpayers.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful, and they didn't want any recognition for anything they did. They just love our town and wanted to contribute what they could to it. But it's cool. Yeah. It's beautiful. And
more than 250 people attended the dedication. The clock is at 17th and Main Street by the Parsons Municipal Building across from the post office. Some athletes in Carthage put on some running shoes and hit the track today. This was Special Olympics Track and Field Meet Day. It's a chance to encourage athletes of all abilities and ages to compete at their optimum level. It also allows athletes to learn through skill development and competition and be involved in large social settings.
These guys, they get every other day in the gymnasium. They're in a PE class, and so leading up to the bowling events. They get plenty of time to go bowl leading up to the basketball, and now with track and field. And we try to get a hand in that. We've got a ton of our general ed students that assist in that.
Organizers say attendance was about double compared to last year. A little bit later, another track meet, but in southeast Kansas. Highlights from the Riverton Relays in sports.
Plus, temperatures continue to warm up a bit over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, another great day for us today. Temperatures really just fantastic. Mid to upper 70s, just about perfect across the region. A few cumulus clouds during the afternoon. Nice shot, though. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, let's look at rain stats because this is the time of the year we need to get most of our rain. So you want to go into the summer months pretty close to normal, and we're close. We're about 3/4 of an inch behind, but we definitely want to get the rain in here every few days. Of course, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms yesterday, not widespread, just on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. 74 Nevada, 75 Anderson, 76 Bonita, Chanute 77. It's still great outside. Clear skies, not a whole bunch going on. 75 south winds at about 10. Humidity is low at 34%. But look at the entire Central Plains. Everybody warm. Mid to upper 80s once you get out to our west. So we're going to see the warm weather sticking around as we go through the next few days. As we drop back through the 60s tonight, 50s. Eventually we'll get into lower 50s for overnight lows, but looks good. We had some cumulus clouds out there earlier, pretty much have just kind of fizzled apart. Down south, this is actually the storm system that rolled through yesterday. It's going to hang out to the south, and it will affect us again as this moisture lifts back toward the north late this week. We're under high pressure clockwise flow right now, and then once that breaks down, this storm system will start to affect us that is in the Pacific Northwest, and this is going to be Friday into Saturday. All right, let's step through time for you tonight. Kind of cool, not bad. 50 in Lamar, 50 in Neosho, 53 in Chanute, Nowata down to about 50. By the noon hour, we're into the upper 60s to near 70. By the afternoon, most of us mid-70s. Carbon copy of what we saw today. Maybe a little bit breezier, but that's about it. 54 in the morning, 71 by noon, high 75. South winds, a little breezy at 10 to 20. Tomorrow night looks great again. Clear skies. We drop back into lower 50s for overnight lows. Once we go into the daytime hours for us on Thursday, we may get a few clouds in here late, but we're going to be in the upper 70s, pushing 80 as we head into the afternoon. However, if we go to Friday, so a hot spot Friday, at least a low threat for severe weather, a little bit higher once you get down through southern Oklahoma, northern parts of Texas. But we need to watch this because if these storms can blow up late afternoon into the evening, they will most likely end up being severe. And if we look at this, so we're going to go Thursday into Friday, scattered thunderstorms try to get going late morning, and then we'll have to see if these guys can get going as we get into Friday night into Saturday. So that's our next big storm system, or bigger, that we're keeping our eyes on. 76 tomorrow, 77 on Thursday, 80 on Friday. Those chances for showers and thunderstorms. A little bit cooler as we head into the weekend, but still fantastic. Thunderstorm chances and a severe threat returns next Tuesday.
Other than the storm chances.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks terrific.
Yes.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Kansas Jayhawks men's basketball team is coming to Pittsburgh. We'll have details, and local athletes compete this afternoon at the Riverton Relays. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Well, the Missouri Southern Lions dropped 2 out of 3 games against Central Missouri over the weekend. For the Lions, it's their first series loss since February and puts them 1 game behind UCM for first place in the MIAA. After having Monday off, Missouri Southern right back on the field tonight at home against Rogers State. That game just getting started. Southern already leads 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Henry Kuziak is 1 for 1 with a 2-run double. Now, the Pittsburgh State Gorillas host Emporia State tonight for the 3rd and final game of the season series between the two teams. Now, they've split the first 2. Right now, Pitt State down 5-4 in the top of the 5th. Cade Clemens is 1 for 2 with a solo home run. The KU men's basketball barnstorming tour hits the road this weekend. They're making 3 stops, with the final stop being in Pittsburgh on Sunday at John Lance Arena. Now, the entire KU roster is expected to be there on Sunday. It's a chance for fans to see them in action and a chance to interact with the guys who just brought Kansas their 21st Big 12 regular season title.
No one made these guys sign up to do this. This is something that they wanted to do. It's pretty cool. Obviously, Grady's a Kansas boy, born and raised, so he understands and knows this is a chance to kind of go around and thank some fans in these 3 cities. And same with Jalen. I mean, he spent years here and understands just the closeness of this state and what being a Jayhawk really means. The whole point of doing this is to interact with these Kansas basketball players in ways that most fans don't get a chance to, especially if they go to Allen Fieldhouse to watch a basketball game.
The event begins at 2 p.m. on Sunday at John Lance Arena in Pittsburgh. You can find more information and check out different ticket packages in the story on the website KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, Riverton High School hosts the Riverton Relays this afternoon. It's a 14-team track meet featuring competitors from Southeast Kansas, Southwest Missouri, and Northeast Oklahoma. Now, here are some early highlights from the day. Girls long jump, St. Paul's Josie Harris here, 16 feet, 1.5 inch. Good enough for first place today. Now, boys long jump, Colgan's Tucker Harrell. Not only did he win it today, but he got a PR here, 21 feet, 2 inches to take first place. At the high jump now on the girls' side, Cherryville's Bethany Umbarger. She's the last one standing. She's the only one to clear 5.2 today to win the event. The boys' side, no surprise here, Colt Ungehauer from Columbus sails over the bar. That's 6.6 for Ungehauer, the best of the day for first place. Now to the track. These guys from Ketchum, Oklahoma told me before the 4x8 they were good. They weren't lying. Braden Mitchell, Hunter Autry, Quentin Williams, and CJ Weeks. They win the 4x800 relay with a time of 9 minutes, 5 seconds. That is a season best for the group from Ketchum. And I was talking to them before that race. They said, our best of the season is 9:09. And I said, well, why don't you go beat it? They did, 9:05.
You're going to have to ask them to do the same thing next time now. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Joplin's Lafayette House partners with Missouri Southern to raise awareness of sexual assault. Plus, we're going to have some tips to help you stay safe in the sun as summer approaches, and how businesses can make improvements to make travel more accessible for everyone. Those stories and a lot more, it's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. In the meantime, if you have an opportunity, you might want to get outside and soak up some of this beautiful spring air.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice evening out there. We're still into the 70s. We'll drop back lower 50s later on tonight. Clear skies, sunny the next couple days, a little breezy, a little bit warmer than what we saw today, and then we're tracking a system for possible thunderstorms late Friday night, Saturday morning.
Final sports notes.
We showed you Colgan's Tucker Harrell won the long jump for the Panthers. He also won the triple jump today at the Riverton Relays and broke the school's triple jump record. So not a bad day for him.
No, one he will remember forever. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.